Property Owner Files, Season 13, Episode 6, $140,000. Refinance denied over one bookkeeping error. An illustrative educational case study inspired by common bookkeeping, lending, and rental property financial mistakes. This episode is for educational purposes and is not financial, tax, lending, or legal advice. 1 bookkeeping error. 1 refinance application. $140,000. Denied. The landlord wasn't losing money. His tenants were paying. The properties had equity. And he thought his numbers were strong enough to pull $140,000 from the portfolio and use it toward his next investment. Then the lender started reviewing the records. One inconsistency led to another question. Another question led to another document. And suddenly, a refinance he believed was almost finished stopped moving. This wasn't a bad property. It wasn't a bad tenant. It was a financial system that hadn't been maintained properly. Welcome back to Property Owner Files. If you're serious about real estate, property ownership, rental property investing, and learning how landlords protect what they've built, like this video, subscribe, and share it with another property owner. Let's open today's file. Part 1. The portfolio looked healthy. From the outside, the landlord appeared to be doing everything right. He owned several rental properties. Occupancy was strong. Rent came in consistently. Property values had increased. And after years of paying down debt, there was meaningful equity sitting inside the portfolio. He had a plan. Refinance one property, access approximately $140,000 in equity, keep adequate reserves, then use part of the remaining capital toward another investment. It wasn't supposed to be reckless expansion. It was supposed to be calculated growth. The lender requested the usual documentation: bank statements, tax returns, lease information, income records, property expenses. The landlord wasn't worried. He knew the properties made money. But there was a problem. Knowing your business is profitable and being able to prove it are two different things. His bookkeeping had become messy. Some expenses had been entered twice. Others had been assigned to the wrong property. A repair paid personally had never been properly reconciled. Several deposits didn't line up cleanly with the rental income reports. None of it seemed catastrophic individually. Together, it created uncertainty. And lenders don't like uncertainty. Part 2. One question became 10. The lender asked for clarification. The landlord answered. Then another question arrived. Why did the reported rental income differ from the deposits? Why was one large repair showing against the wrong property? Why did the operating statement show a different expense total from another set of records? The landlord began digging. Receipts, old emails, bank statements, spreadsheets. He knew there were explanations, but the records weren't telling the story clearly. That's where the refinance started slipping away. The problem wasn't necessarily that the portfolio had suddenly become unprofitable. The problem was that the financial records made it difficult to demonstrate the property's performance with confidence. The landlord had spent years focusing on what he considered the real work: finding tenants, handling repairs, collecting rent, managing contractors. Bookkeeping happened whenever there was time, and there was rarely time. That approach worked, until someone outside the business needed to understand the numbers. Now, a lender was looking at the portfolio through paperwork alone. The lender couldn't see years of hard work. They could only evaluate the information presented. And the information wasn't clean. Part 3. The refinance stops. Eventually, the call came. The refinance would not move forward as expected. The landlord's planned access to approximately $140,000 in equity was gone. At least for now. That meant the next investment couldn't happen on schedule. Money already spent preparing for the transaction became another expense. The landlord was frustrated. But this is where the story changes. He could have blamed the lender. He could have blamed underwriting. He could have decided the entire system was unfair. Instead, he looked at his own operation, and he asked a better question. If somebody asked me today to prove exactly how every property is performing, could I do it? The answer was no. That was the turning point. The refinance denial wasn't simply a setback anymore. It was an audit of the way he ran his business. And sometimes, the obstacle that slows your growth is the same obstacle that shows you what needs to be fixed before you grow again. Before I continue, if this story is making you rethink your screening process, the link in the description is the exact tool I'd use. No pitch, just the resource. For this financial systems case, you'll also find the door loop resource linked in the description if you're looking for a more organized way to manage rental property operations and financial records. Part 4. The Bookkeeping Protection System. The landlord didn't stop investing. He stopped operating from scattered information. Over the next several months, he rebuilt his financial system. And the first change was simple. System 1. Separate the properties. Every property needed clear records. Income, expenses, repairs, capital improvements, deposits. No more looking at the portfolio as one giant checking account. He needed to know what each asset was actually doing. System 2. Reconcile every month. He stopped waiting until tax season. Bank activity was reviewed monthly. Transactions were categorized. Mistakes were investigated while they were still recent enough to remember. That's important. A bookkeeping error that's 3 weeks old can be inconvenient. The same error discovered 18 months later can become a mystery. System 3. Create a document trail. Invoices went into one system. Receipts were stored. Lease information was organized. Major repairs were documented. Financial reports could now be traced back to actual transactions. The goal wasn't paperwork for the sake of paperwork. The goal was clarity. System 4. Review before you need the money. This became one of his most important rules. Don't clean up the books because you're applying for financing next week. Keep them clean when you don't need financing. Because opportunities rarely arrive on your schedule. A property becomes available. Rates change. A partner calls. A lender offers a possibility. Prepared landlords can evaluate those opportunities quickly because the financial information is already there. System 5. Know your numbers. Gross rent is not cash flow. Cash in the bank is not necessarily profit. And equity is not automatically accessible capital. Successful property ownership requires understanding what remains after operating expenses, debt service, reserves, maintenance, vacancies, and other obligations. That's how a rental becomes a business. Part 5. What happened next? Months later, the landlord could finally answer questions he once struggled to answer. What did each property earn? What did it cost? Which repairs were unusual? How much was being held in reserves? What was the actual operating performance? The portfolio hadn't magically changed. The landlord had. He had replaced guesswork with information. Free 5-day action plan. If today's case made you realize that owning the property is only part of becoming a successful landlord, download the free 5-day action plan for future landlords using the first link in the description. It will help you start building the screening, documentation, inspection, and operating habits that can make property ownership more organized from the beginning. Part 6. From denial to a stronger business. 9:20 to 10:15. Eventually, another financing opportunity appeared. This time, the conversation was different. When financial information was requested, the landlord had it. When questions came, there were records behind the answers. When performance needed to be explained, The numbers were organized. That doesn't mean every refinance gets approved. Lending decisions involve credit, income, property performance, market conditions, underwriting requirements, and many other factors. But this time, poor bookkeeping wasn't the weakness. And that is the success story. He didn't succeed because nothing went wrong. He succeeded because something went wrong. And he built a system designed to keep the same mistake from controlling his future. That's a lesson worth remembering. A setback doesn't have to become the end of an investment strategy. Sometimes, it becomes the reason the next version of the business is stronger. Conclusion: the $140,000 wasn't the most important part of this story. The records were, because a landlord can own valuable properties, collect substantial rent, and still create unnecessary risk when the financial side of the business isn't organized. So don't wait for the lender. Don't wait for tax season. And don't wait until you're trying to buy the next property. Build the system now. If this episode helped you think differently about your rental business, like this video, subscribe to Property Owner Files, and share it with another landlord or future property owner. Your free 5-day action plan is linked below. You'll also find additional landlord resources in the description, including the $27 tenant screening checklist for viewers who want a structured screening process. Until next time, build better systems. Know your numbers. Protect your properties. And make sure your paperwork is ready before opportunity knocks.